So we're about to get going here for GT4 versus TCR. This is going to be the first race of a 4-race fun series, so it's nothing too serious. But I wanted to start the stream a little early for a very important reason. I'm leading the practice session. That's pretty much the only reason. So, you know, that's just a good look. That's literally. Anyway, we have a little bit more of practice to go, and then we'll be into qualifying, and then ultimately into the race. But so far, the pace looks good, obviously. 6:50 to go in practice. And then we will be away into qualifying. And yeah, I mean, first race for a while here, so being top of the timesheet is just practice, but I mean, it's still kind of cool. You know. Got a 1 next to your name, you got a 1 next to your name. So, this is a pretty good start. Let's see, want to try and grab a couple laps on full fuel. But nevertheless, we are one of 2 KTMs in the field. There's a lot of, I wonder if we can actually see the classes here, because there are 2 different classes here. Despite the fact that they are very close in pace, they are 2 different classes, and it will make this race very interesting, because technically you're only fighting against people in your class, but the other class is just so fast, or as fast as you, kind of. So it might be kind of dicey, obviously, because typically there's a bigger delta between lap times between classes. I mean, looking at this sheet, you can't even tell who's at what class. I believe the Audi and the Volkswagen are in 6th and 7th, are in the, I hesitate to call it the lower class, just because it's just as fast. But yeah, so far I'm the only one in the 55s, with the 55.8. And I think the track is definitely a lot grippier than it was, like, when I was doing practice, because I was not able to get to 55s. That's an extra piece. An extra piece of lap time that I am not used to. So,
alright, hey, good evening, guys. Can everybody hear me okay?
We'll let that go.
Yeah, hear you fine, Dave.
Yep. Hey, thanks, Dave. Hey, thanks for coming out tonight, guys. This is a little bit of history. Champion Motorsports started in about 1999, and our original series was this series here, the Fun Series. And kind of what got us off to a strong start, and off and on over the years we've run it a lot, or we've not run it, and recently decided to bring it back on Friday nights. The Fun Series is just that. It's to have fun. This is a little bit lower key. The idea is to not be quite as serious. So with that said, you know, we're here to have fun first and foremost, and you know, we're going to be a little looser on things like driver reviews, and, you know, I'd like to encourage everybody not to necessarily be submitting, you know, incident reviews unless it's just for something really egregious, you know, like somebody cheating or something, or, you know, a multiple offender. The idea here, guys, is to race clean and abide by, you know, kind of our principles here at CMS, but also, you know, on-track things happen, and we want to just kind of, you know, sort it out amongst drivers, ideally. That, you know, we want to keep this low overhead for everybody, and kind of loose and fun. So, a couple other things I'll say here real quickly. The idea of this series is to kind of try different things. So I'm really excited to have RaceRoom going here. It looks like we've got a pretty good turnout tonight. And so RaceRoom's something that I know I personally have always been very intrigued with. Haven't had the opportunity to run it in a setting like this very much, and so I for one, am really excited about this. So we'll have 4 races. Tonight's the first one. This one's kind of a special event. It's Daytona, and it'll be 60 minutes. The additional 3 races will be at Road America, Laguna Seca, and in Mid-Ohio. Those will be 45 minutes long. You don't have to take a pit stop in these races unless you just want to, or unless you have to. And that could be the case tonight. Some of these cars may need fuel. Each of these cars are a little bit different. and so you'll kind of have to manage your race and your strategy appropriately. One final thing about tonight, because Daytona is on a bank start, and I could not figure out how to make a rolling start on the server configuration.
Full fuel run first time.
A manual formation lap. So what's going to happen here, guys, is we're going to start out in a standing start configuration. When the green flag drops, don't go to speed. Everybody fall in line, single file behind the leader, so whoever's on the pole will be responsible for taking us around at, you know, a reasonable pace, 50, 60 miles an hour, you know, type thing, until we come off of the exit to the infield. Once we come back up onto NASCAR 2, which is the super speedway section, the leader can pick up the pace and everybody can begin racing. So we'll be, before we get down to the bus stop chicane, we'll be racing. Now you're going to be on cold tires, and that first entry into the bus stop is going to be dicey. So give some room, take it easy.
Hey,
it's
thanks,
a
Raphael.
60-minute race, so we got plenty of time for this to sort itself out.
It's good to be back.
Last but not
It's
least,
been a while.
here in about a minute, it's going to switch over to qualifying. It'll be a 15-minute qualifying, then we'll have 5 minutes of warm-up to take a break, do whatever you need to do, and then we'll get started.
Getting going here
So,
soon.
with
Just doing a
that,
driver's
any
briefing, and then we're off into qualifying here in about a minute.
Yes, go ahead.
And if someone's asking a question,
All right, let's have some fun tonight,
I
guys.
can't hear anything. But I think that's it for the driver's briefings.
Thanks for coming out, and tell your friends.
Tell your friends. I think that's it for the driver's
Put this on, David.
You're
briefing.
welcome, Dave. Yeah, I've got some aspirations. We'll kind of vote, you know, as a community on some additional things to run, but we may do some F1
Gonna park it
2020.
here.
We may do some stock cars with iRacing, maybe some Automobilista too, so we'll just kind of see how it goes.
Pace looks good, guys. Oh, Dave Slee has brought it down to a 3/10, so. Alright, it's gonna be time here. We're getting ready to go racing. Well, we're getting ready to go qualifying, but that was encouraging pace. If I can qualify in the top 3, I will not be upset. Let's load this qualifying thing and let's go.
I'll also mention, guys, this is not going to be a split field. These cars will be scored separate class for points, but as far as lining up on the grid, they will all be together. These cars at this track are capable, either class, of winning the race. But from a points perspective, you are only racing against the cars in your class, so be mindful of that.
Thank you,
Are
Mark.
the other cars ghosted during qualifying, or
I actually, Raphael, I haven't played Automobilista 2.
I don't think so.
My dad has
I'm
it,
not sure,
and I was
but
gonna
don't
try it.
think
I don't know much about it other than it's got a new engine, right? So graphics engine, physics engine, and it kind of looks interesting. I'm gonna check it out at some point, but I have not yet. But I mean, if the graphics are as good as they say they are and the physics are still there, it could be a worthy sim to get on board. The original one didn't seem to ever, get as
I think
popular
somebody has
as...
a microphone problem, just cutting in and out.
Test.
Okay, that microphone thing is not me. I was worried I was talking on the chat. But yeah, I've never played AMS or AMS2.
I think that's Troy. Troy, your mic is keep cutting out. We can't hear you at all.
I didn't realize I was talking on here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not, I don't think that's me. You're saying it was me, but I don't think it's me. I'm not talking. Anyway, we are away. First flying lap of qualifying. That was an awful T1 to kick this off. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry for snapping in the mic, guys, but I just had to make sure I'm not queuing up my mic on the Discord for the other drivers. So I can only test that when I'm looking the other way, so I apologize for snapping. I'm not snapping at you. Alright, first flying lap, and this is not going to be a pretty one. But it would be nice just to get a bank here. Alright. It's a little, everything's a little slower, a little off here, but I just want a bank lap. And then I'll try to get back to that 55 pace I was running in practice. Although the track feels a little more green than it did in practice, so I don't know if I'll be able to get back to that 55. But Dave Slee and my father are both very quick as well, so it'll be the three of us, I think. Yeah, 8 tenths off. Beavers. Alright, let's get some extra pace here. Bit of a slide there. We got time though, and this is going to be enough fuel for 3 more flyers. And we're going to need them with turn 2 like that. This is terrible. This lap's worthless, basically. But I'm not going to go back for the extra fuel because I do have a clear track. So we'll just try and get a better setup for the next lap. And we'll go again.
So we just keep hearing you. You're cutting out. You're commenting. You need to mute your mic.
Sure it's me?
Yep.
Test. Can you hear me now? Testing. Can you hear me now? Well, I don't know. I just muted my mic on Discord. Apparently, they could hear me, but I was cutting in and out. I'm not sure entirely why that is, because I'm on push-to-talk, and I'm not hitting my push-to-talk button, so apologies for that. I don't know, but that did take several minutes out of my qualifying. That's unfortunate. Mike's muted now, so that should not be a thing, even if I'm hitting whatever button that is. So we're gonna go again here. And no pressure. Now we have less than half qualifying after that Mike Shabazzle. So, the banker lap's in. We're fourth at the moment. And I'm sure the guys will let me know if it somehow gets past the mute option. But no, I think we're good on the mic thing, so we'll just focus on the quali now. 7 minutes in quali. It should be enough for 2 flyers. I obviously know that you can get at least 8 more tenths out of it. Alright. Now we're gonna start that first flyer. That really sucked, because now I'm on the clock here. I was like, yeah, 15 minutes, I'm used to like 10-minute qualifying, so that's totally fine. My mic's me, I'm like self-conscious now because I obviously don't want them hearing my chit-chat to you guys. I was that guy. Alright, that was an okay T1. And now let's get into it. I've had worse runs through there. I'm just looking at going green in these sectors at this point. I'm not worried about beating David's time up front. Oh, you know what? I wonder if one of my... Because I also use the PS4 controller for like Rocket League or something like that. I wonder if one of my gear shifters was technically the same button ID as the PlayStation controller, and every time I shifted gears it like kicked on the push to talk for that split second. If so, that's super annoying, and I apologize again. Alright, come on, come on. Alright, that's a little better. Compared to what I ran in practice, obviously we still got a lot on the table. And this guy does not need to let us buy in quali, so I'm not sure. It's up to him. This lap's probably not going to go. Probably a no-go on this lap. So I'm going to have to just... I'd like to be by him. I should have committed it. I'd like to be by him. I was about to back off. God, that... Again, we're running out of time here for these decisions. Hopefully I can just sneak up the inside here. So side by side on the banks, this is again just for qualifying, so there's nothing important here. But we are going to have clear track for our final run. Smooth as you could ask for. We got 4/10 to Slee and 8/10 to my dad. And 3/10 to the car behind, which is Burke. Top 4 of us in the GT4s, TCRs, 5th and below. Yeah, knew that was a bad lap, that's fine. Shoot. Messed that up. That's it. Best we got is 3rd. And, I mean... Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it again after this, but yeah, it makes me feel bad that people were hearing my clipping mic, because I hate that so much when someone else does that, so I feel bad that they had to hear that. But I'm assuming one of the gear shifters is technically the same number as something else I used push to talk on, and that's why that happened. Nevertheless, we got 1 minute to go. I realize now my head is actually covering where the timing is, but there's 52 seconds to go. May as well get our race setup ready. We're going to be starting 3rd. There's more pace in that. I'm not done with that in terms of lap time. But that's all we got for this outing. Mid 55s, definitely. At least high 55s. Come on, I couldn't even break the 55s today, or this session. It's all good. We got 1 hour of Daytona upcoming. I do believe there's going to be a 5-minute warm-up session.
All right, nice laps, guys. Congrats, John, on the pole, and Mark on the fastest TCR. So five minutes of warm-up. 2 quick things. If you missed it in the drivers' meeting, when the green flag goes here, we're going to have a manual formation lap to the end of the infield, at which time John will bring us up to race speed as we go on to NASCAR Super Speedway Turn 2. So we're gonna start in a standing formation, but for this race, we'll have kind of a manual start because it's a banking, and I could not figure out how to make it a rolling start. In future rounds, the races will probably just likely be a standing start. And then also, last but not least, I know I mentioned this is a fun series, so I want to be loose on things like incident reviews and that type of thing, but don't feel like you can't use that if you have to. That's not to tell you can't use it, but we're hoping that this is going to be lighthearted and that everybody can kind of keep it in perspective.
We're here to win.
So do we go green as soon as we get onto the banking?
Yeah, once he gets off that corner and gets up on the banking, he can pick up the pace, and everybody can begin racing.
Okay, so green once we're on the banking. Okay, great.
Yeah, once you're on the banking. So green flag here in about 3 minutes, guys. Let's have some fun tonight.
We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna make an echo.
Remind me, does the program RaceRoom basically put us in position on the track when
I'm gonna make an echo just to make sure my mic's working.
when we're ready for that formation lap? Just
Yeah, we'll be in our qualifying order.
All right, we're good to go. Hey, what's going on, TJ?
And as far as it's concerned, we'll be starting the race, but we're going to just
going, man? It's been a while.
go at pace speed the first half lap.
Yeah, and the grid is gonna be on the banking, so everybody should start very slowly, otherwise you'll be sliding. Your rear end will be sliding.
someone in chat could
and
just
I'd like
give me a
everybody
little
to get single
verbal
file
indication
for
that
this.
you
We're
can
gonna
indeed
just-
hear
it's
me,
a
because that
long
would
race.
suck
We
if I
got
start the
plenty of
race
time
and
to
you can't.
pass. Let's get
That would make me
single file
sad.
for this.
Nice qualifying time, by the way, John.
Yeah, anyway, we're about to get going here. Just a few minutes.
Make sure you have plenty of race fuel, guys.
Woo. Here we go.
Yeah, looks like for the GT4 cars, it's going to be full tank for sure.
Alright, guys, here we go. Minute 54. Got the setup loaded. First race back. I'm not scared, you're scared.
Yeah, pretty sure we will. I'm thinking everybody's going to have to come in for fuel,
Maybe I
if
should
I'm not mistaken.
get my water unscrewed so this doesn't become a problem mid-race.
To go the distance in the GT4, you have to really watch your fuel, and you have to save a little bit, and then it's doable. It's close, but it's doable. Not sure about the touring cars.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of long running, but from the estimates right now, it should be fine for the Cupra.
Alright, guys, here we go. Getting ready here. It's like less than a minute. I'm just
In other words,
Triple checking.
everybody drop behind John.
laps. Alright.
Yeah, and even if the GT4s have to pit and the TCRs don't,
35 seconds.
of course that could impact the overall situation. But these cars are being scored in separate classes.
For whatever it's worth, guys, I did a test about an hour ago with a full tank of gas and cold tires going into that bus stop, and it was pretty dicey. So I would suggest real early braking going into that.
For sure.
Five,
Good idea.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's have some fun here. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys.
I can't say
luck.
good luck on the thing because my mic's all messed up for the Discord.
Good luck, guys.
Alright, 57 seconds for the race. I don't know if you guys can see that little countdown, but it's about to go down. Got the full tank.
Okay, we've got the little guys up ahead of us.
Lower roll bars. Hit up the race.
Oh, did it put us in
Oh,
class?
no.
So with the TCRs up front?
We'll see how they handle this.
Like,
Yep.
It's stacked the
Interesting.
grids,
Okay.
but in the wrong way.
So that means Mark's probably up front.
Oh no.
Copy that.
Oh, this is gonna
Okay,
be
so
so
you'll
messy.
set the pace, Mark. That's bizarre. I'm learning here, guys, so bear with me. That could have been something I did. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Oh man. That is gonna be so awkward.
That's going to make it interesting.
Alright, so we're going single file pace lap. On the plus side, this eliminates any need I have to do fuel savings. Some of the other guys, I think maybe even with this, they might have to save some fuel. I'm gonna sit in second or third and just try and
I'm assuming no tire warming.
save some fuel.
Yeah, preferably no.
I'm brake warming.
But the amount of awkward that this could be, because it does seem like the GT4 cars have a little bit of pace advantage on the TCRs. So this start,
And it's never too early to promote. We'll be doing Road America next Friday night, guys.
This start is going to be very, very interesting. If it was going to stack the grids, it would have been preferred to do it the other way. Because the top 3 cars were GT. I think maybe even the top 4 by the end there were GTs. And I'm pretty sure we were supposed to go... Oh no, I messed up the start there. I thought it was going to be after a bus stop, but it's okay. Mr. Burke behind me did a similar thing. So we already got John making a move on the last place TCR car. And I have a huge gap because I thought we were going to go after bus stop, even though he said it 4 times. I'm going to brake a little early here because it's dicey. Cold tires, cold brakes. We're going to get right back on it.
One thing for sure, the center virtual mirror is worse on this game than iRacing.
I don't quite have the speed to go around him, maybe. I'm going to go all the way to the wall, and we're going to drag race down. This is with the TCR car. Okay, there we go. Alright, John's already made up a few places, so he's cleared some traffic. But the car right ahead of me, Dave Sleed, that is for position. Of course, all these other cars are the TCR cars trying to get their race going. This is the back of the TCR field with the front of the GT4 field. But hey, it's a fun series. This will make it pretty fun, I think. Alright, the car's a little bit slow because someone had a bit of a moment, and I couldn't quite carry that run through on Mr. David Aronson because I didn't want to end up hitting him, really. We got a good tow here. Might take a peek at the inside on Mr. Anderson. Gonna grab the inside here. David's going around the outside. That actually compromised me. He wasn't ready to give it up just because I'm a GT4 car. Alright, got by him now. And the car ahead is a TCR. Got downshift warning. Rude. Oh, somebody's off. In the wall. So what we have is John leading our race 5 seconds up. David Slee 2.5 seconds up, second in our race, and then car ahead is of different classification. And it's really slick through there. I'll tell you what, David Anderson's not far behind. Okay, bit of a moment there. Well and truly in it now. David Anderson's not letting me get away though. Technically we're third. That start, man, this made the race very, very interesting. I think if anything we have more grip through those through the bus stop. But they don't lack in straight line, obviously, and my car's fully trimmed on aero. So if you assume that the TCRs do as well, they have less natural downforce. It makes sense that we wouldn't be able to necessarily just fly through them. Cornering speed's probably about the same. Hi! Welcome to the race, everybody. That was a bit of a moment. Now I think I'm close enough that I do, even if he doesn't take the line I take, I do want to stay in his toe. Lagging a little bit. That's a little scary. Try and slingshot the outside. That's probably not where I want to be, actually. We're gonna try it. He's gonna go for it down the inside, so nothing doing on that move. Now we got 4 cars in a row, all of which are TCRs. I've lost out here in terms of the GT4 race pace against the top two, but we should... Luke Burke's 2.8 behind. We can keep Luke Burke back there. We'll have a podium. We are sitting in a podium spot. Technically. But we do have to contend with the TCR leaders. I was a bit wide because I hit that inner curve and it just kind of shot me. Well, don't touch the apron. Well and truly in it now. And we might just need to forget about John and David. Focus more on Luke, who's 2.3 now instead of 2.8. So one thing's for sure, that car sucks on the full fuel. Oh, that's a collision there with those guys. Woo!
Accident in the bus stop, heads up.
I'm not sure what happened there. It was a little too far ahead of me. But I know the two guys ahead of me are still at it. Luke Burke, 2.6. I think it's Luke Burke. If it's not, I'm sorry. Mr. Burke. L. Burke. .3, so he's hanging in there. Getting past these guys in a relatively timely manner would be beneficial, but Burke does have to contend with David Anderson behind. Got plenty of pace in his TCR as well. Side by side ahead of me. Side by side with Jerome, but again, we have no straight line advantage, so I'm going to try and tow here. Tow, and then go back out. It's on the outside, so it's not helping. He's got a shorter distance to run. Doesn't matter that I got a couple miles an hour speed. Stay up high, up high. Coming off the he's going to defend it well. Really good racing. Except I almost hit him. He had a slow apex. Now David Anderson is right on me as well. So that that collection between the two of them ahead in the bus stop ended up affecting me as well. Half a lap later. Lost the tow, lost the tow. 3rd out of 8 in class. Not a bad running. This is a really good toe. Really good toe. But is it enough to get down the inside? I'll try. Sliding it through T1. This is awesome. Booyah! That was weird. There's a bunch of tire smoke too, so I don't know if someone else went off ahead. He's all over me. Car in the rear view mirror is not going to go away anytime soon, that's for sure. We can try and clear... Oh, it is! John had a mistake from P1, he's now in P2. We remain in P3, but stuck behind a TCR. Not really stuck behind, I mean, they're plenty fast. Big slide in there through the bus stop, and the car behind's got the tow from me. I don't have it from the car ahead though. I do not have it from the car ahead. I might just lose and splits back. Here we go, decision time. My decision is just brake a little early. I don't need to throw it down the inside. There's not enough overlap. I was not comfortable with that. Braking is right on the edge for T1. This corner, though, definitely a lot... Oh, man. Shoot! I definitely have a faster entry speed than him. And we're side by side. Side by side going into the kink. I don't lift here. Do you lift here? He lifts here. Amazing race with Sutherland and Jerome. Man, my hands are sweating. Oh no. Alright. +1 car behind, +5 car ahead. That's a little better, it gives us some room. John is catching David ahead in the Lotus. John in the BMW and me in the KTM. So, good brand representation. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Up the inside. Whew, okay. I did pass him, but he probably still likes me. Because I gave him a big break from Jerome. Now we need to push the gap, push the gap, push the gap, because they're not slow. I mean, the cars are very, very similar on pace. Got 8.2 gone ahead. And my arm is falling asleep. That is the worst. How is that even happening? The wheel's too high. That's a problem. That's a large problem. Now, the only solace here is they may have to do some fuel saving. I know I do not after that pace lap. Plus in the tow. The other question is, is the pace going to come to me a little bit with the lower fuel? I don't know if I keep locking up like that. We'll brake bias back one click, get some more rear brakes. We're just approaching halfway. However, this whole right arm falling asleep issue, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a serious problem. Not sure how to remedy that in the middle of a race. My arm! My. I guess that happened. We have paced Sutherland and Jerome. Burke is mixed up in that as well. Still closer to Burke behind than we are to the fights ahead. Oops. And you can easily get track violations over that apron line, so it seemed like a big deal, but it can be. They're going after it for P1 ahead. That could slow them down a little bit, give us a little more speed. Well, them less speed. Oh my god, my arm is numb. I need to raise my chair or something. I might have cut it a little bit there. I did over a 2-hour practice, and it was fine. All of a sudden I get into a race and my wheel position make my arm fall asleep. That is the most obnoxious thing. And it's terrifying too, because it's not like there's any rest here, there's no break. Not even a pit stop in this race. If things go well. If things go well. I don't know, maybe I can stand during this? Oh my god, I might just have to lift at some point and just stand up and fix the seat, because I can't do the rest of the race with one arm. The dumbest thing. Interfering with your... You get through the traffic and then you... Okay, Luke Burke's through the traffic as well, so... I'm so sorry if you ever watch this and your first name isn't Luke. Alright, John and David are side by side on the straight. I can see because their names are flopping back and forward. They are neck and neck down the straight. Slide, slide. Good. So John's back in the lead. Didn't really slow them down. Alright, this corner needs to change. Something's wrong here. Lockups are not helping. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe on the next straight, we're gonna... Probably should be that straight on the next lap. Oh, that's a corner cut. Oops. Right, next time around... Maybe here too. I seriously need to fix the chair or this is going to be a real awkward conclusion. And it went. Tires are fine too, so this is just not going well here in terms of trying to catch the guys ahead. I'm losing brake power here. We're gonna go one more click back on the bias because I keep locking up the front and it's causing some serious issues. Yeah, that's better. No, see, that's a little oversteer. Oh man, this could be a real awkward ending because Luke is not far behind. But he is being hounded by the TCR leaders, so that could play a factor. Alright, it's gonna be chair fixing time. Not a good time to do it, but there's not gonna be a good time to do it. Somehow I need to stand up. I gotta let the throttle go. Hold the wheel. I think that worked. Just a little coast. And then a super awkward bus stop entry. Alright, the chair is fixed. Except this pillow position sucked. Thankfully that was easy. Alright, note to self. For the second race back, do a longer run so we can actually sit down and get comfortable here. But I do think this is going to be better. Right arms. Jeez, that could have been super awkward. Let's get a little bit earlier of a brake marker. Car start, I'm just feeling worse and worse. Luke Burke, 2.4 behind. He is probably going to catch me before this is over. He's probably going to catch me. .6. My mouth is so dry because I thought I was Gonna have a serious issue with the chair position. As I remain muted on Discord, I guess I don't need to be worried about talking and shifting at the same time. It's just scary. Yeah, I think John clearly had the best car, the best drive today. He's in the lead, spun or something, lost the lead, got it back, on track. So those guys might be a little untouchable. We're probably just going to be defending. Ooh. Not spin out in turn 1. Yes, and thank you. I paced Luke a little bit. You have a mistake? Maybe? Burke is now 2.8. And the top guys I think are still pacing me, so that's a little disappointing because I know they're not far off. I know they're not far off on pace, but there's a consistency factor that's playing a role here. Oh my. Almost lost in the bus stop there. Fastest lap, 55.4. Oh. Not doing that. That victory is going to be not spinning out in T1. Car is starting to feel just awful. .1 though, so got a little bit of gap to Burke. It's gonna be. Hey, my arm's not asleep anymore. Was the weirdest thing. I guess I can't go all the way to the ground with this chair. Or this t-shirt. That's the worst feeling. Your arm go numb in the middle of a race. Nope, it's still a thing. Just the worst. Medic! Medic over here! Alright, it's possible that I was just missing my markers on a few of those things and cooked the fronts. And with the fronts having been cooked, they're a little more worn than they should be, particularly against the rears, and that's causing a bit of a problem with some understeer. The issue is, because of that, I needed to put the brake bias more towards the rear to counteract that turn-in understeer a little bit. Now it's just made it super awkward. What's annoying is the car actually felt pretty good on full fuel. And then once the race started, got a few laps in. That was sort of it for the whole feeling good on full fuel thing. They have paced Luke Burke a lot more. That's going to be 5.6, almost 3 seconds more. One of those like stress balls, get some blood back in my hand. Okay, that was super bad. I had to seriously lift to get off the second part of the bus stop there. However, we're coming up on fellow KTM driver, Rivard. The only other KTM in the field. This whole arm being numb thing is not going to go away until this race is over. Gonna just let us by. Thank you, thank you. Something happened to Mr. Burke. Now we got a much bigger gap, and it's to a different person. So, we'll take that. Kind of sucks because we're a little bit alone. Not exactly an on-track battle. Fuel playing a factor later on. Maybe? But we're 2/3 the way, so not sure when they would want to take their stop. Maybe they just want to do the splash at the end. If they need to anymore. Obviously the pace lap helped everybody, not just me. They're only 6 seconds apart. I mean, it's not over between them. It is over between me and second, though. It's over. Can't take it anymore. Jeez, 18-2. Nope. That's not gonna happen. Oh, man. Race pace seriously suffered. I was looking good in practice. Qualifying a little better, obviously. Would have helped. Right off the bat, I mean, they just cut through the TCR traffic a lot more efficiently than I could. I just didn't have the speed advantage. However, we got, what? Laguna, Mid-Ohio, and Road America coming up. Those could suit my car a little better. Not saying this one doesn't. Feels fine. Well, except for now, it feels awful now. Tires are... I screwed up the tires. But comparatively, you compare me to anyone but the top two. Looking good. Again, in class is what we're more looking at. 3rd out of 8 in class, but there's somewhat like 16 on the grid. Not people we're interested in TCRs, that is. Now that we've cleared them, at least. Very interested in them when we started behind them and got stuck. Either overshooting or under-delivering on the brakes there. It is pretty consistent. Even if the car was better, if it was, you know, dialed in a little better, am I driving consistency? Yeah, that would have lost it anyway. It wouldn't even have mattered. I mean, John spun. I didn't spin. That's all I'm saying there. So in a normal race, we would be, well, the rest of the series, we would be wrapping up about now. At the 45 mark. But this is the first race. And it's special. We got another 15 to go. Bring home this podium. TCRs did make it pretty interesting there, and if they were a little faster, I would not have pulled away. So, at this point, that almost would have been a little more entertaining, maybe? I mean, 3rd on return's not bad either. Not bad either. But like to have the pace to keep up with John and David. Water break! Hey, that was a good run. Or was that the last 22 laps? A little fun on the curbs there. Not intentional. Just fun. I wonder if Burke and the Porsche needed to pit because he is 40 plus seconds behind now. So, crash maybe? Or he did need to make the dash for fuel. And if we do some pocket math here, with 10 in the tank still, 0.8 a lap. 12 minutes to go. Definitely not going to need a splash. Definitely. I mean, that pace lap saved a lot of fuel. Seriously? John just set another fastest lap. My god. .55.3. He's got a car underneath him. .55.3 after 50 minutes on the tires. Got a 56.6. Unbelievable pace. Clearly, his car doesn't feel like crap as the race goes on. I mean, in retrospect, the KTM was probably a bad choice. In testing I was a little quicker with the BMW, but I liked the way this car felt way more. I thought, you know, longer races and I'm just coming back, so we'll just take it easy. Oh man, my hand again, are you serious? Causing that, and I don't know what it is. Nope, don't give me a cut. Thank you. Thank you, game. Oh, hang on here. John have another spin, or did he actually need to stop? Because now he's behind Slee. I mean, he's still 15 seconds up the road. Let's not get too excited. Unless it was a spin. Because once you spin once, it just weighs on your mind the rest of the event. And we're closing down here. This will be very interesting indeed, just to watch the timings to the car ahead. Relative to first. got 8 to go. Ah, dang it. He's still quick. It's fine. Maybe there's a super, you know, outward chance that he spun and took some damage. We might slowly be able to build back to it, but no, it doesn't look like it's going to happen at all. I'm curious if I had kept the setup as sort of stiff as the roll bars were. In the long run, would that have helped? Because as soon as the tire started to go, man, it started feeling like really bad, and that's where a race run would have helped. To go like at least 20 minutes in and just get a bearing on how the tires were going to behave. But I didn't. So this is the situation. I also made a couple of, retrospect, probably was a super bad decision, but I made some bias changes right before the race, right as we went to quali. That might have really contributed to the early lockups for sure. And again, I have such a hard time telling in this game when the tires are locked. So 6 to go. Definitely fine on fuel. And John, who has been dominant for, again, an unknown reason, dropped to second. Is 8 seconds behind Sleep for the lead. We're just going to hang out in third. We got over 10 seconds either way. Unfortunately, a little bit the anticlimactic ending. No big fight or anything like that. But man, that start was that was interesting. We'll see. 5 minutes to go. Again, the other rounds would have been over by now, which probably would have worked for this race as well. Just have it be the 45. Just on all the timings I can see, nobody's. Oh, I guess 6th and 7th are maybe having a bit of a scrap back there. But it tends to space out, you know, especially with not a full grid. It's a pretty good sized grid, though. More than I thought, honestly. I thought we'd be sitting at like 10, 12. So to get 16 plus, or whatever it was, 14 plus at least, I think. It's a pretty good turnout. Friday night in the Americas. Oh no, that just cooked the tires.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, tires are so dead. Oh, they feel terrible. Just hang on. 2.5 minutes to go. So there's going to be 2 more laps. Plenty of fuel. We're good. Why oh why? Get our race leader, our fabled race leader, the hero of Daytona in the GT4 class. Dropped second. Tales may never be written. But we, potentially in post-race chat, we'll figure it out. Yep. That is first time I've gone off track all race. Second to the last lap. Come on. I think I'm mentally checking out a little bit here. We just got 1 more lap after this. Yeah, 7 seconds first to second. I don't know, man. Do not know. We got just 1 more lap after this, and we're going to call our return race podium finish. That's pretty exciting. Bad. Good. Hey, Tim! Try it, man! Daytona alone. 30 plus minutes. How you doing, Tim? It's been a while, man. Alright, white flag, last lap. Hamilton off wide. Yeah, thanks, Tim. It's been a long break, my friend. It's been a long break. But man, it feels good. I really did start missing it. And we got the, stuff all set back up, so, we could start going at it again. And, yeah, I mean, if I stick to more live streamy stuff, then maybe I got burnt out from the editing. My fault. But, yeah, I'm excited. Back. See the RF2 NARS and the Virtual Sports Car Championship. So I will probably be taking a stab at those as well. I'm gonna get R Factor 2 downloaded again. That's how long it's been. Alright, we got 1 bus stop chicane splitting us and a podium finish.
Wow, that's good.
Alright. 1 last corner cut to see it off. Need better setup work on the race pace next time. I really wanted to hang in there, but hey, podium's a podium. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Take it easy, man. Good to see you. Good to see the familiar names. That's brought joy. Man, what a good-looking car. What a good-looking car. P3. And 1 asleep arm and pricked neck later. Woo! Golfer's clap. Golfer's clap. A little anticlimactic ending. But golfer's clap it is. Man. Just race back track is hour long. All right, well, hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Sorry it was a little anticlimactic. Oh, my AI just ran off the track. Hey, you're representing me here, Mr. AI driver. Class A winner, Rome. He was really quick. Man, I could barely get by him in a GT4. And David Slee. Very nicely done. That's it. Final results.
That was awesome.
For GT4, we're gonna bring that home in third, and we're gonna wrap up the stream here.
Exhausting.
Thank you guys so much for watching,
We had a hell of a battle for the TCR between 4 cars.
and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, David, I screwed us up on that. I was going to try to bump draft.